Now, Election Observer Group ELOG is asking the country's electoral agency IEBC to fast-track the registration of Kenyans living in the diaspora to enable them to vote in the 2017 general election. ELOG said this is the only way to ensure that all Kenyans enjoy their right to participate in the country's democratic process. IEBC CEO Ezra Chiloba said IEBC is committed to the participation of Kenyans in the diaspora and will be undertaking their registration before March next year.
The judge, Justice Kantai, said it's only 2 weeks to the elections. It's not practical to register diaspora to vote, short of postponing the referendum. And we hadn't prayed for postponing the referendum. So we were happy with that ruling. But he directed IIC, the precursor of IEBC, that in future, make sure you prepare early for diaspora to vote. So, Bwana CEO, this was actually a directive. If we want friends today, we would be going back to court for contempt, because that was a directive of the High Court in 2010. So in 2012, we went to court early. This time we didn't want to be time-barred. An anti-diaspora judge ruled against us. So that's why somebody, Marcus was saying, I had to travel from Juba to Nairobi, hopefully to register. Then I'm directed I have to go to Kampala, where I did register. When I was in Kampala, what saddened me is 99% of Kenyans who came to vote, to register rather, were turned away because ostensibly they didn't have regular passports. You know, the Kenyans who go to what we call Ongata Rongai diaspora, they have passports, but not regular passports.
Then diaspora voting costs, as you said, estimated that it costs 5 to 10 times per voter if you facilitate someone voting outside the country. Then the spread of the population across the world. In the US alone, Washington, D.C., and that extreme Washington, we call it what?
Seattle.
Seattle. 2 extremes. Time zones also vary in the same country. So when it comes to setting up operations, what should we be looking at to ensure that, as much as possible, those voting facilities are closer to the people that you're targeting? Then, of course, the political issues around it. That out of the country voting is more susceptible to perceptions of fraud.